Okay, welcome everyone.
Are we using any small weights?
Hi, Linda. Okay, so yeah, just make sure that you have something you can activate the legs with. So if you have a pillow or a blanket or sweatshirt or something, a book, okay? As everyone starts to get settled in, I'll ask everyone, how have you been feeling?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
The only thing I've been
Everyone
missing.
have a happy Motherings Day, because men can mother while they don't actually bear children. They do give life to other things. So
What happened at your house, Stephanie?
I got breakfast. My kids made me breakfast, and it was really cute. They picked some flowers from the garden, some lilacs, and they put them on the table and things like that. So it was easy and calm, just like any other day. We rode our bikes to the beach and just had a really relaxing day. We worked in the garden. We planted a lot of food. So broccoli and cauliflower and kale and tomatoes went in yesterday. So we've been preparing our beds and getting things ready, but you know, we have a really big space and it's never been a garden before. And so we're really having to do a lot of work. Is that what you got, Jackie? Did you get some flowers?
This is from my property out on Sharp Creek.
Oh, great.
For me, and we had a party out there.
That's nice.
Nice.
And my niece, my great niece and nephew made me wonderful pictures, and I don't cards, and I can't see them. I don't think they got. Maybe I think they're in the car. But the one
Great.
Hi, Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
These are the ones hi. I thought I saw Linda. These are the ones she sent me for May Day.
Oh, wow.
Quite the artist.
I think one of the highlights of this weekend is that my son has been doing a lot of artwork on pieces of wood. So he goes down and he finds these pieces of wood and he cleans them up and he sands them and then he draws a picture and then he paints on it. And would you believe it that he went down to the end of our driveway and he held a sign and danced around and it said art for sale. And he had a mask on and everything. And people stopped and said, well, what are you selling? And he said, some art that I made. And he sold every single piece. And he made $90.
Wow!
He's 10.
That's terrific. Great.
Yeah. So he was really excited. I said, well, what are you going to do with all that money? And he said, buy a metal detector.
Well, we did something very today. We have a big field, as you know, Stephanie, to the west.
Yeah.
So they voted on Friday, and we raked all of the grass, you know, that leaves grass after they mow it. We raked it all off, and we built a horseshoe pitch, and we
Cool.
play horseshoes. Now, at our summer house, all the men play horseshoes, but the women almost never do. Anyway, so I really got pretty good. I mean, compared to this George Keeler, who is usually really good, but Bruce Richardson got 2 ringers and George only got 1. So we won 21-7. 21.
Wow. Oh.
Linda.
But anyway, 1 round of that game, and then we sat in chairs in the shade and recovered it. Social distancing, you know. So
Very nice. Very nice.
eating each other. It was really great.
Message for Linda.
I don't know. Linda somehow she signed off, it seemed like, or maybe she lost connection.
is it?
Linda was signed on and then I don't see her
There.
now.
She was there a minute ago.
Yeah,
She'll come back.
she'll come back. That's what they do, don't they? All right, well, let's talk about our bodies. Anything going on with your bodies that I need to know about? Things that you want to work on today or?
My core, as always.
Okay.
I've been doing exercises for that.
But Jackie, you seem to be sitting straight. You're not leaning over like you did before when I saw you the last time.
Tell me what?
Sitting up straight, you're doing much better.
Well, I've been working on it. Oh.
Now don't lean over. Get it back. Go back straight. You were really straight a few minutes ago.
All right, so some core, anything else?
We're all feeling envious that you could sit in that position.
That's right.
Well, you know, it's actually, I think just because of the years of ballet, it's incredibly uncomfortable for me to sit like this. This is actually painful for me. Like my natural way is to sit open, you know? So it hurts to sit the other way. And this is an argument that we have with my husband. We used to have, we don't anymore. But he would say, I'd go to a dinner, you know, someone would invite us to dinner, and I'd kick off my shoes under the dinner table, and I'd sit like this at the dinner table. And he said, could you just pretend you're an adult this one time? Why do you need to take your shoes off and put your feet up at dinner? And I said, it has nothing to do with maturity, my dear. I can't sit the other way. It's really uncomfortable. So that's kind of a constant thing that we have. He feels like this is something like childish, that, you know, how kids can't sit still, and well, I guess I do that, so. All right, well, I don't know if Linda's coming back, so we'll just go ahead and get started. And we are going to sit back in the chair just a little bit. Go ahead and find a comfortable position. Place your feet firmly on the ground so that you can feel the ground under your feet. And careful not to lean back in the chair, but find that long spine in the chair where you're lengthening up through the back of the neck, lifting the crown of the head. It's as if you had a thread that's stretching the crown up towards the ceiling. You can open the palms upward if you'd like, or just keep them on the knees, whatever feels good to you. We're going to close our eyes and drop in to the class today. Simply allowing the chitter chatter and busy thoughts to settle around us as we sink out of the head space and into the heart space. And as we do this, I want you to take your attention to the feet. Tune in to the subtle, energetic feeling of the feet grounding with the earth. Noticing the way that they feel as if they were roots growing out of the bottoms of the feet and touching down towards the core of this earth. Allowing us to tap into our oneness, the energetic life force within us. Notice the breath as it rises and falls. Similar to the way that thoughts come and go. And if you have any intentions for today's practice, now is the time for you to call them forward. On your next exhale, go ahead and release that intention out into the world so that it does not become expectation. We'll slowly open the practice of today with small thoracic spine movements, which is a warming up of the spine. Inhaling the sternum forward and exhaling backward, creating extension and a kind of concave there, if you will. Movement is born in the pelvis. Notice that my shoulders are not up by my ears. They're nice and rolled down onto my spine, and the movement is between the pelvic bone and the sternum. It's like a seated cat-cow. Moving at your own pace. Coordinating the breath with the movement. The faster you move, the more heat you are generating. And finally coming to center, I'm going to do this same movement, but now drawing circles with the spine. So we're inhaling the chest forward and exhaling it back. And as we do this, really touch base with those hips. Make sure those hips are firmly placed on the chair so that you're not lifting the hip as you come around. That's not what we're doing. Just the isolation of this core area. And the more you squeeze that belly button back towards the spine, the more core work you're getting. So I can do this and be very loose and jelly about it, or I can do it very tight so that I really am getting that core loosen up. And go ahead, and as you come back to center, reverse the circles now. Inhaling the sternum forward, exhaling it back. And come back to center here. Go ahead and roll the shoulders. Alternating shoulders. Really getting a nice roll in there as one goes up and one comes down. And push those shoulders up by your ears as high as they can go. Inhale, inhale, and exhale, let them come down. And inhale, inhale as far up by the ears as they can go. Inhale. Exhale, let all that air out. One more time. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of a lateral stretch. I'm gonna do it in two different ways. First of all, I'm gonna take my right hand, I'm gonna hold on to the base of my chair. Take my left hand down by my side, and I'm gonna just allow the weight of my body to pull away from the arm that's holding onto the chair. My feet are still firmly placed on the ground, and my core is still active. So squeeze that belly button back towards the spine.
Are you holding onto the chair?
I am. I'm holding onto the chair so that I don't fall off. So I'm using the chair to really lengthen that muscle on the back side of the shoulder. And come back up to center. Let's do the other side. So holding on to the chair here and letting the body pull away from that arm. I'm reaching this ear, the right ear, towards the right shoulder. But my chest is nice and open. I'm still reaching that chest forward. My belly button is still squeezing back towards the spine. Okay, now we're gonna do, let's see, let me check. Let's open the legs to do that. So go ahead and open the legs out wide here, as wide as you can, okay? And then let's take the left elbow over to the left knee. Really make sure that you're keeping that right hip firmly placed on the chair. So I'm not lifting up like this. I'm reaching for the chair with my hip. And once I have that good in place there, I'm gonna just inhale that right arm up to the ceiling. I'm gazing up at my hand. My shoulder is not up by my ear. I'm rolling it down onto the spine, reaching through the fingers. And come back up to center. I'm going to do the other side, reaching the right elbow over to the right knee, squeezing the belly back towards the spine. I'm going to reach that shoulder, that hand up towards the sky. And notice I don't have my shoulder up by my ear. I'm going to roll that shoulder down onto my spine, really creating separation from the neck and the shoulder, reaching up towards the sky with my fingers. And coming back up to center. Let's go ahead and shake those legs into center now. Run them out. Tap the legs to wake up the fascia. All right, coming back to center here. We're going to do a small twist. So it may be easier for you to grab something in between your knees. You've got a pillow or a book or a blanket or any kind of a block, whatever works for you. Grab it with your knees. It's really just to help us anchor our feet to make sure that our legs are being active here. So we're sitting up nice and tall, squeezing the belly back towards the spine. I'm going to place the back of my left palm on the right knee. Okay, so I'm using this arm as a leverage to twist the spine. I'm going to inhale the right arm as I twist to the side. And then as I exhale, let that arm fall back behind me. So it can be back behind the chair. I can grab onto the chair for a little extra help. I can fold the arm back behind my spine. Whatever feels good to you. Take your attention to the spine. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall here. One last deep inhale and exhale here. Go ahead and swivel the head forward, inhaling the head forward. And release the arms. Shake it out. And we'll do the other side now. So legs are still active. You can, if you've dropped your block, pick it back up. Put it between your knees there and sitting up nice and tall. I'm gonna place the back of the right palm on the left knee. And inhale, left arm up. And on the exhale, let it fall back behind you. Again, you can hold on to the chair. You can let it fall back behind you. You can thread it behind the back. Just take your attention to the spine. Be sure that you are sitting up nice and straight. Chin is reaching out over the left shoulder. One more long inhale and exhale here. And then inhale the chin forward and release the posture. Go ahead and roll the shoulders any way that feels good. Shake the body out any way that you need to. Oh, my shoulder's feeling really tense there. Anyone else have some tense shoulders? Let's go ahead and drop our brace there in our little anchor out of our knees and get a little bit closer onto the edge of your chair there so that you can really get some grounding there with your feet. We're going to take the hands up and I'm going to clasp them like this. And I'm going to squeeze my head with my elbows. Now, when I do this, I notice the shoulders are up high. Push those shoulders down on your spine. And then go ahead and check in with your belly so that you're not arching like this or like this, but that you're really trying to find that arrow where the lower belly is reaching towards the spine. And just take 2 long breaths here. And go ahead and release. Drop the arms, shake out the arms there. Okay. We're gonna do some of this core requires us. So I can't see it all. I can see it a little bit, but you have to be the master of your universe. So if you have to check in with this core. I'm going to do some small movements. You can widen the stance if you want, or keep it closed If you keep it closed, it'll cause you to activate those glutes a little more, okay? So I'm gonna open it just a little bit because instead of working on my glutes, I wanna work on this lower belly, okay? Sitting up nice and straight, I want us to relax the belly like our normal stance. And then sit up nice and tall and find that core activation. We're gonna do some cross laterals, so here, and serve it around. Dump that tray. Present it in cross lateral. Serve it around. Dump the tray. Crossing over. Serving it up. Dumping it out. Crossing it over. Serving it up. Dumping it out. One more time on each side. The whole time my belly is active. Okay. Go ahead and leaving the belly nice and strong. Just cross one arm over. Okay? Grabbing your arm just above the elbow. Make sure your shoulder isn't up by your ear. Roll it down onto your spine. Really allow your arm to listen to your own body and stretch out that back shoulder. And then go ahead and release it. Put the hand behind the back like you're gonna pat yourself on the back, okay? You can take your other arm. I realize I'm a little bit, my video, you can't quite see it, but I'm like this. So I'm making a box where I have one arm holding the elbow and the other one is patting myself on the back. Now notice that when I do this, my natural inclination is to arch the back. Take that and move the belly button back towards the spine so that you're really creating an arrow with the spine there. And if you need a little bit more stretch, you can even go over to the side a little. Notice how it changes. Inhaling up. Try the other side. Coming back to center. Let's drop the arms down. Try the other side now. So, left arm folds over, pats myself on the back. Right arm comes up and grabs the elbow. Look how I naturally arch when I do that. Take the belly button back, activate that core. This is about the lengthening the shoulders, but also what tends to happen is that when our shoulders get tight, we arch that lower back to overcompensate. So we're activating the core here. And drop it down. Okay. Let's do our pelvic lift because I think it's good to make sure we create some strength there. So this is the one that everybody loves. Make sure you have a way to put your heels right underneath your knees. Keep your hands firmly placed on the chair. And you'll have to make sure that your chair is a stable one. So if your chair is a little wobbly, maybe don't do it. Maybe you can just do it a little bit like this, okay? Be really careful. So we're gonna exhale all the air. And whenever you're ready, you're gonna inhale and lift the pelvis. Chin stays tucked towards the sternum. And Lower. On the exhale. Inhaling up. When I need to exhale, I exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do one more, okay? And inhale up. And exhale down. Okay. Back on. Run it out if you need to. Move whichever way the body's asking you to move. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come to standing. So, how do we stand?
Gracefully.
Gracefully. With an So exhale all the air, exhaling all the air, and on the next inhale, we're going to inhale, push the floor away from our body. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to come around to the back of my chair and face the chair, and I'm going to have to move back so that you can see. And what I want us to do is work a little bit on this front part, this psoas. So let me lift my screen just a little bit. All right. So we're standing here in the chair. Our fingers are just resting on the back of the chair. And I want us to play with the way we're standing. So notice how sometimes you might end up arching your back when you stand. Notice how you might tuck the pelvis and create a concave. Find the middle place where the sits bones are reaching towards the ground, legs are nice and active, core is engaged. And then whenever you're ready, we're just going to take a step back with our right leg. No knees are bent yet. So I'm just, hips are facing my chair. You should look at your hips and see if they line up with the back of your chair. We're stretching out the back leg and the front hip right now. Just breathe into it. You can take it deeper if you need to, or less deep. Really listening, really feeling the way that front hip wants to lengthen. Now, flex the front knee. You can use the chair. Hop that back foot off the ground now, so it's no longer on the ground. But now, you've got the front leg bent, so your front knee is in a 90-degree angle over the front foot. Your hips are still facing forward. And that back foot doesn't have to be, the heel doesn't have to be on the ground. It can be popped up. If you found stability in the posture, go ahead and bring your hands to prayer. If not, keep them on the chair. I'm going to keep mine on the chair. Go ahead and take the knee back to that state so that you're here. Now we're going to shift the back weight and open that leg up. So now your hips are going to face forward. And we're going to try it again. Flexing that front leg, but now your hips should be facing to the side. Bring your arms up. Getting a different stretch here. along the front of the pelvis. You should feel it on the side here. And go ahead and straighten that knee and face the foot forward. So now you have both feet facing the front here, and scissor them in. Okay. Is everybody with me still? I think we lost Linda. I'm going to change my chair now to the other side. Okay, so here we are. We're going to face our chair. And in this facing, we just worked on the right leg. We're going to step our left leg back. And doing this, I want us to really check in with our hips and our core. Are the hips facing the back of the chair? Is the belly pushing back towards the spine? You should feel this in your calf and the back of the knee. You should also feel it here in this front thigh. Psoas. Let's take it one step deeper, placing the hands on the chair. Let's flex that front knee so that it's over the heel. You can take that back leg out just a little bit further if you want to, but really make sure that the hips are still facing the back of the chair here. That back heel doesn't have to be all the way on the ground. You're pushing through it, breathing into it. Now straighten that front leg and take the back leg and turn it out. So now it's facing away from the chair and your hips are facing me or the wall behind you in Jim's case. It's okay, Jim, you're doing all right. Your body is gonna face away from me. You're not gonna look at me. All right? And go ahead and flex that front leg so that you have this open hip stance there. Good, Jim, you're looking good. I'm keeping an eye on you. And you should really feel the way it's lengthening that leg that's facing the back leg. You should feel it in the front of the hip. When you're ready, you can go ahead and raise the arms, become the warrior. And lower the arms if they're there. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. Take the foot so that it's facing, in Jim's case, the wall. Everything else, you want to bring it to the same direction as the feet here. Good. So I think what happened there is good, Jim, nice fix there. So both legs are facing me now. You're in a wide stance, okay? Just want you to shift your weight from hip to hip. Put your hands on your hips and shift the weight from hip to hip. That's it. Just feel that movement, that small range of movement in the hips there. We're loosening up the hips. Probably notice that one is a little bit more tense than the other. That's really common. Come back to center. Let's go ahead and scissor the feet in so that we're standing with our feet together. Drop the arms there. find our mountain pose. Really feel the feet. Active legs, pushing the ground away from you as you open the chest. Squeezing the belly button back towards the spine. Lifting up through the back neck. And go ahead and rest. Shake out the legs if you need to. Let's see. Before we come back to sitting, is there anything else as a standing position that you would like us to address today? Would you like to do a balancing, or do you want to come back to a seated position and we'll do a little bit more core and lower back?
Can we do some work with our psoas? I mean, we've done some, but.
Yeah, we did some, but we can do some more. Yeah, let's do that. So let's come back and sit down, okay? And then because we've just lengthened in the lunge, we'll do a little bit more work with it, okay? So let's just come to a place where we can kind of find a little bit of a movement in the hips, just a little windshield wiper here. And then swivel around to the side of your chair so that you have one knee hanging down towards the ground and one knee here in front of you. So you should be able to feel this lengthening of the knee towards the ground. And let's go ahead and take the right arm. So I'm using my right knee is hanging down towards the ground, so my right arm is reaching towards the sky. This might be different for you if you started on a different leg. And now I want us to just look at what it feels like if we go a little over to the side. See how that changes the stretch for you. Keeping the chest nice and open, reaching the knee for the ground, but now you're doing a tiny side stretch in there. You notice that I'm leaning on the back of the chair. I'm not trying to sustain my weight. I'm letting the chair be a support to me. And coming back up to center, drop the arm here, but just let the legs slide a little further back if you want before we close up. Really listening to your body. So if this is too much for you, if it hurts, yoga shouldn't hurt. Breathe into it, letting each exhale be a release. And then on the next inhale, go ahead and bring that knee back up to greet the other. You can run those knees around to the front. Okay, how'd that feel?
Good.
Good. All right, we're going to do the other side now. So just loosen up those knees just a little bit, loosen up those hips, and then we're swiveling, we're windshield wipering, and then let it go to the other side now. So I'm facing my right, my left knee is reaching towards the ground here. I'm holding on to the back of the chair as support. And if my left knee is reaching towards the ground, my left arm is reaching towards the sky. And I'm just gonna let my weight fall a little bit towards the back of the chair to see if that changes the stretch for me in any way. Keeping my chest really wide and open. Noticing the oppositional pull from the point of the knee to the tips of the fingers. And then coming back up, dropping the arm, and then extending the leg just a little bit further back. Really breathing into it. And releasing that back leg, go ahead and bring it to meet the other one here. And come back to center. We're gonna do a little bit with the fingers today. I don't know about you guys, but man, my hands have been getting really, really tense because of all the gardening. So I find that my hands are sore in the morning. So I'm gonna do a couple of different things here. I want us to tense up the hands. Tight as you can, as tight as you can, the tightest fist you can make, and then shoot it out. So we're inhaling, 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 inhaling. And then we're exhaling and spreading the fingers and letting it all out. One more time. Tense all the muscles in the hands, the strongest fist you can make. And exhale it all out. Shoot that energy out towards those fingers. Great. Shake out the hands. And then reach those hands out in front of you, palms open. Shoulders are down. Roll the shoulders back onto your spine. Sit up nice and tall, so we're activating those core muscles, squeezing the belly button back towards the spine. Let's take, with my right hand, I'm pulling those fingers back from the palm on my left hand. So it looks like this. One more long breath there. And opening up the palms again, taking the left palm, placing it on the right palm and flexing that hand back. Releasing that up now. Let's stretch the backs of the palms. So let's warm up the hands real quick. This can be a core exercise too. As you do this, squeeze that belly button back towards the spine and sit up nice and tall. Your hands should be getting really hot now. Before we go ahead and stretch the back of the knuckles, take those warm hands and just cup them over the eyes. Bringing the hands down to prayer position. We're going to go ahead and do that, my favorite. Peeling the palms away from each other. Leave those fingers pressed together. So your fingers are pressing together, but your palms are working to pull apart. Your elbows are coming out by your side and you're still sitting up nice and straight. And then closing, lowering the elbows. Go ahead and leave the thumb and the pinky and open the fingers, creating the lotus flower. And then squeeze those fingers back together, raise those elbows, pull the palms away from each other. And then pushing them down, peeling them apart. Last time, pulling the palms away, squeezing the fingers together. Oh. Nice lengthening behind the palms. And come back to center. Open the fingers. Keeping the pinky and thumb together. And shake the hands out.
No, she said.
All right. I want to do one that is actually, let's see if we can do this. This works the meridians of the intestinal meridian. I'm going to do two things. We're going to do a movement where I take my hand, point my finger, and it's like I draw a circle and then point my finger down and back. Okay, do you see how that's working there? What that does is that it opens up the intestinal meridian because that's where it runs through the back arm. So sitting up nice and tall, activate that core, shoulders down, take a deep inhale, and on the exhale, draw a circle with your finger, move that finger down and back. Good, you guys look awesome. Do you feel that lengthening through the front and the back of the arm? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And come back up. And do it one more time. Inhale, draw the circle. Turn the hand, point the finger down and away from you. And come back to center. We'll do the other side and then we'll do a mudra to go ahead and release it, okay? So I'm doing my right. I don't know if you guys did your right last. I'm doing my right now. So finger up. Nice and straight, active cores, draw the circle, point down, back and away from you.
You're tilting your head.
Well, I'm doing it because I feel extra tense there. So if you feel extra tense there, you can go ahead and tilt your head away from the shoulder too. And come back to center. And draw that circle again, down and away from you. And again, like Kay pointed out, if you feel extra tense in that shoulder, you can move the head away from the shoulder and feel that oppositional pull between the hand pointing away from you and the head pointing away from the hand. Come back to center. Let's go ahead and clasp our hands. So my right hand is going to be on top of my left hand, and it should look like this. Okay? And we're going to take a deep inhale. And when we exhale, we're going to activate the core, activate the glutes, and we're going to exhale and pull those arms away from each other. We're trying to release the lock, pulling as we exhale. And then relax, inhale. And exhale, pull those arms away from each other. Really notice the way that when you do this, your glutes activate, your belly activates, the core is active, your head is reaching towards the sky, you're out of breath. Go ahead and inhale. And exhale those hands. They're trying their darndest to escape from each other. You're pulling the hands away from each other. Pulling, pulling, pulling. and drop the elbows. Now we're gonna change hands. So we're gonna, if I had the right on top, now I'm gonna have the left on top. Okay? Inhale in. In. Exhale, pull apart. Pulling as if you were trying to unlock something. All your might. And lower the arms. Take an inhale. And exhale, pull those hands away from each other. It's as if the elbows are trying to escape. And one last time, inhale, relax the arms. Last exhale, exhale those hands away from each other. Go ahead and drop it. Drop the hands, roll the shoulders, shake anything that needs shook. We're going to end with a little bit of a neck lengthening. So I'm going to take our right hand, place it on the top of our head, okay? And just very lightly, without pulling the head, allow the head to fall over towards the right side, the right shoulder. So my right ear is just barely leaning towards my right shoulder. My hand is just resting on my head. It's not active, it's not pulling my neck. It's just resting. And I'm active in my core. I'm not slouching, I'm lengthening up through the back. One more long inhale here. Drop the hand and inhale the head back to center. Other side now. Go ahead and place the hand, rest it nicely on the head there. Inhale, lengthening through the back. And exhale, allow the shoulder to come over, the ear to head towards the shoulder, sorry. Long breath here. Go ahead and drop the hand and inhale the head back to forward. Let's just do little circles, little spirals with the nose now. Let that spiral get bigger and bigger. And change the direction, letting the spiral get smaller and smaller. Okay, I had to pop my neck there, and it was making all kinds of noise. Okay, I think we're about on time. Ooh, we're over time. That's what happens when I'm getting into my flow. So if there's nothing else that you would like to address today, then we'll go ahead and settle into our chair and close class with a nice little visual meditation. And you can do this lying down if you want to, or just sitting on your chair. I'm going to go ahead and settle into my chair and keep my feet on the ground there, closing my eyes, turning my attention inward and noticing all the ways that today's practice is taking place on a cellular level. Scanning the body starting at the toes. I'm gonna let that attention be the color orange today. Bright orange light as it journeys up through my feet. And everywhere that light touches, simply lets loose. Light is journeying up my calves and into the knees now and spreading all across the thigh. Expansion of bright orange light that encompasses each and every ligament and tendon and nerve, every single muscle. Notice the way that light continues expanding up through the hips and the psoas and all of the pelvic floor, encompassing all of the vital organs and the core, and in between all of the ribs and the sternum, covering now all of the shoulders, the arms, elbows, and forearms. And every single articulation of the fingers. This glowing, warm light continues to flow up the neck, through the sternum, into the cranium, covering all of the small bones of the face, and each and every hair follicle, until my entire body is encompassed in this beautiful, glowing, warm orange light. And I visualize a 6-petaled lotus, the symbol for my grounding chakra, that allows me to tune in to the oneness of the world. And above the lotus flower, there is a crescent moon, the mother of tides. And as the tide comes in and goes out, it washes away all that is fearful, all that is heavy. And what is left is this undeniable, unshakable understanding of oneness. As I carry that attention and attitude through my day and week, I can revisit this image and sensation, feeling intense gratitude for this lovely practice of yoga that allows us to integrate the breath, the body, the spirit, the mind, and the emotion. Thank you for coming to practice with me today. I appreciate you. Satnam. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How's everyone feel?
It's a good one. Glad you recorded it.
Well, everybody is very, yeah,